start over. Do we all? Okay. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Sit back, relax, and maybe have yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. This is our December Secret Santa Worldhoppers book review, shout out, all that good stuff, right?
Yes. In our December TBR, up there, we mentioned that one of our books we were reading was part of a Secret Santa, so it was like a mystery book. We weren't going to show you all what it was. Today, we're going to reveal it to you.
Here's our mystery book. It doesn't like in the last video. My wife wrapped this one as well, so, you know, y'all ain't got nothing negative to say about this joint. It's, again, super clean up. It's dope. So I think it's safe to say I mean, if you didn't get it from the intro, QandTG is our Secret Santa.
Yes.
And so link below.
Yep.
Her channel is awesome. We watched a ton of her videos. We're gonna retroactively comment on them. We didn't want to kind of tip you off and be like, who are these dudes commenting on like 20 of my videos? Yeah, they must be my Secret Santa. So we was trying to stay low key, but we watched a lot. And
so tell them what was the Secret Santa, the whole idea behind the Secret Santa.
So Andy Smith put it together, and everybody filled in a Google Doc and randomly got selected a person, and you were supposed to look at that booktuber's channel, find a book that they really enjoyed or they really liked, and read it yourself and review it. And in your review, shout them out and tell them, why you chose this book, what you liked about this book. Just to kind of like give the time that they put in to review and talk about this book. Give that same thing back by checking it out and looking at it and telling what you thought and tell them how much you enjoy their channel and their stuff.
Really dope idea. It's
very
cool.
dope.
It's fun. It's getting us to interact with folks that we haven't necessarily had time to speak to before, and so it's really cool and fun to interact with everyone within the group.
Big facts. Big facts.
Shout out to QandTG. We're about to unwrap the mystery book and talk about how we felt about it. So let me get some up close personal shots of this book. First of all, shout out to the sticker on the front.
Yes.
Look at that. Look.
Very, very clean.
Ooh. Did she put that up herself?
She did. She put.
See, that was accurate. And then look, y'all, look. I know she used a ruler. Did she use a ruler? Or she just got so much skill. She has so much skill. Look how even it is.
It's very even.
Look at that. Cool.
So I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap this cool piece of art. I can find that.
Yo, she's a beast with the tight wrapping, bro. Like. She said you ain't gonna embarrass this household. Dig in there, tiger. Use your teeth, bite it.
This joint is tight. So, the book we are going to talk about today is Justin Lee Anderson's The Lost War.
Bro, your cover is so dope. My cover look different than that.
Oh, what's your cover look like? Oh, your cover is the red joint that I saw. Yeah. Oh, they're both dope. Oh, bro, both of these covers are dope. My man Arnott. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't realize there were multiple.
So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, man. You might have got like a different region or something like that. I don't know. But they're dope. So it's a dope cover for a dope book.
Yes.
We had never heard of Justin Lee Anderson before. No. We were looking at Kitty's videos, and obviously your inclination is going to want to review something someone thought highly of, right? Yeah. And so when I saw her review of this book, she was just like raving how much she enjoyed it, how much the author's, dialogue and just his story and his plot, and like she was over the moon about it. And I was like, I like that energy. Like, hopefully I can be over the moon about this book too.
I don't even know where to start. Like, Tara's getting a little scared because like it was like the first handful of chapters. It was a good amount of chapters. And this is how many pages in this book? About 545. Okay. So the first like handful of chapters, maybe 2 handfuls, I was like, okay, like, the setup is okay, like it's a little confusing, but any new IP, like any new thing you get into is gonna be a little confusing. So I was like, push through it, keep reading it. And then y'all, when I tell you, it did a 180, boom, boom, boom. But like even from the beginning, though, there was action. There's monsters. Our main character playing Arnott. Like what's his,
so they call them? I'm going to butcher this. Droidas or
a droid.
Droids, which is basically a magician. So in this world, magicians are rare. I think they say like 1 out of every 500 or 1 out of every 1,000 persons a magician. But he is a king's envoy, so he's very high up in the realm and importance, and he just finished the war. He just came out of the war, and the king has tasked him with a couple things to do.
Right.
And he takes on those tasks, and he's just kind of a gruff character. He's got some baggage, some scars, and he has his main girl, Alandria, right? Alandria, and they kind of just doing the king's will.
Alandria is like his bodyguard.
His bodyguard. She's like
a bow and arrow.
Like the dude from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The elf.
Yeah.
She's like him. Right. She's not an elf, but she's so dope with the bow and arrow skills. Like
another point we have to make is that every single woman in this book
is awesome.
Has joined our list of most awesome female characters.
And again, if you saw our female tier ranking list, we love strong female characters.
Yes.
And this book has some really, really great, well-rounded female characters that were easy to lock onto.
Like you were like, oh, I like her, and then maybe later on in the book you're like, oh, she's dope as hell too. And then later on in the book you're like,
they were very much the equivalent of all the male characters in combat, in intelligence, in their importance to the story,
their complexities.
It was great. It was great to read about.
The overarching story is obviously just got out of war.
Yep.
This main character is like the right hand man magician of the king. The king sends him on this quest to go do some things. So he goes on this quest. He picks up a band of characters.
Yep.
Think very much like Lord of the Rings, but not Lord of the Rings. No, I haven't read Lord of the Rings. I want to read Lord of the Rings. Next year I think we want to read.
For sure.
I want to read Lord of the Rings, but I've seen the movies.
But if you think about video game, think about like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, like how you get a squad of characters over playing the game, and then y'all go to do the bigger mission.
There's some distrust within this group. One half doesn't trust the other half. But they're trying to figure it out. Everyone's a little confused, and we're trying to figure out why, what's going on in this world. Like, what's really, what's happening? Like, what's their mission? What are they going to do? The power system is very raw in the sense that there's intrigue within it, but it's also the characters are learning as they're going.
Yes.
And there's no true definition. Like they're still like, oh, I never knew that could happen. But then they like, oh, well, I thought, it's just.
Yeah. And dope. That's probably one of the best things about the book is like, you really feel like you and the characters are learning together.
Yes.
Yes. Everybody is just kind of like trying to figure out, where did this new threat come? Where did these characters come from? What does this thing mean? And they don't understand, and you don't understand, and you're like, you start to put the pieces together, and it's very organic how the pieces start to fit, and you're like, okay, we getting somewhere, and the characters feel that way too, and it just plods along really nice. So right around maybe like 500 pages, right around page like 150, 200. Everything starts to goes really, really well on the pacing, and it's awesome, man.
The fight scenes are amazing.
Fight scenes are great.
The tension from the fight scenes, like those first person perspective of their accounting of what's happening. Yeah. The power system, the magic system, how they use their powers, how they discover the use of their powers. Yeah. To die for.
And
what else?
The dialogue, like you said, the women are great, and like they interact with each other a lot. They interact with the male characters, and the male characters interact with all these different forces, and it's very much like organic. Again, that's the biggest compliment. It flows really well together.
This is the first book. It just published this October.
I know, and so. If you haven't figured out this point, we thoroughly enjoyed this book. And at the end, Q was like, why you put us on a book one that ain't done yet? Come on, man. We ain't supposed to be starting no series that ain't done. And I was like, I didn't know, because again, I think that's probably one of the things we went into it fresh. Like with different authors, you might have expectations like, all right, I'm about to read a new Sanderson. I'm about to read a new King. I'm about to read a new somebody. And we didn't know this guy. We didn't know this book series. We just like, oh, pick up this book. She said it was great. And so we're like, oh, you exceeded, we didn't have any expectations, but you exceeded what we thought we were going to get. Yeah. And now we're like, oh, we want more, but it ain't there yet. Yep. So,
just if I were to summarize this book, think Lord of the Rings questiness, like the quest of, a band of group of people getting together to complete a goal given to them by some overarching power king or someone, and Witcher.
Witcher, yes, has some
but,
Witcher vibes,
but not Witcher like book 1, 2, and 3 of like the main series. No, prequel Witcher.
Yeah,
but prequel Witcher that continues on like this. I kept telling him when I was reading this, I wish book 1 of Witcher read like this.
Yeah.
Like, now Witcher is its own different thing. It's totally different. It's separate. So don't come in thinking you're going to get that.
I think
like, as soon as book 2 drops, whatever we're reading,
we're gonna get this.
We're getting it.
For
we're
sure.
Gonna read it.
For
like,
sure. We are Justin Lee Anderson fans.
Pick it up.
For sure.
Pick
For
it
sure.
up.
For sure.
Read it right away.
For sure.
Purposely describe this book
in a
cryptically.
Yes.
Well, not cryptically, but it's best for you to go in with no expectations, and please, like, just trust us. Like, get through like the first like 100 pages.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, like, this thing takes off, and you
does.
Just read it. Just read it.
I mean, we're talking all around to say the plot because we don't want to give any spoilers away, which means we co-sign the plot heavily, which honestly I think that's the best thing you can co-sign in any book. I mean, if you can tell me that the plot is amazing, then it's a book you gotta read.
It's unique. It's fun. You grow to love most of the characters. Most all the characters.
Yeah.
Like
in one book, it's a band of like 6 or 7 characters, and at the end of book 1, you like, I really like all of them, man.
Yeah.
I can't remember a book where there's always a band of 5 or 6. I'm like, I like 2 or 3 of y'all. I don't really like these other 2, but like I enjoyed almost everybody, and they had their own differences with each other and didn't always mesh.
They all complemented each other.
They did.
From intellect to battle to just leadership, everything. They all complemented each other.
They did,
and it was great.
It was great. It was great.
Get the book.
Yes,
that's all I can say.
Co-sign. We co-sign is easy. Easy co-sign.
Yeah, I mean that's it, y'all. I mean, what you got? Anything else?
I don't got anything else.
Go sub to Kitty G. Go watch some of her videos.
Sub Kitty G's. Some more Worldhopper videos are dropping. Somebody should got us. I don't know who got us, but watch that video. Whoever co-signs maybe one of our books. And just watch a bunch of our videos and maybe discover some new loves and reads, because we just discovered something new that we didn't have on our radar
at all. Honestly, I don't know if this would have came across our radar this year or two, because when you're deep in the booktube, like there's those popular Sanderson fantasy books and all these other books, that everybody's always talking about it. And so there's other books that are overshadowed. Like, I don't know if this is an indie author. Now, is this an indie author?
I mean, I think he only has 2 books, and I don't know how big he is.
Yeah.
He could have a humongous fan base.
He deserves your attention.
But he deserves your attention. He does. In the fuss and muss of everything else, his book really does deserve some attention. So
man, hey, appreciate y'all stopping by. Shout out to the Worldhoppers. Shout out to Kitty G.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. We hope that you all have a merry, wonderful, amazing week. Stop by on Friday. Is the 25th Friday?
25th is Friday, I think.
Christmas is Friday? Mm-hmm. Stop by on Christmas. We're going to have another video drop for y'all. We hope y'all enjoy that too. So, again, appreciate y'all.
Thank you. I really like your cover.